Hello, my name is McKenna Davis, and today we are going to be talking about experimental probability. Experimental probability is the ratio of the number of times an event occurs to the total number of trials conducted during an experiment. Some key definitions that I would like to go over are outcome, a single possible result of an experiment, like getting a heads when flipping a coin, or say getting tails when flipping a coin. An event, one or more outcomes of an experiment, like the event of getting any number when rolling a die. And sample space, the collection of all possible outcomes of an experiment, such as rolling a number 1 through 6 when rolling a die. To explain a little bit more about the sample space is just showing you all of the possible outcomes and breaking it down. So here it shows you every single number on one dice. So the tree diagram is breaking down for you that on one dice, these are all of the possible outcomes, or the set. The other definitions are events. We have a likely event, an event that has a very high chance of happening. So say we roll one dice and we want to get any number less than 5. That we would say that is a very likely event, because there are only 6 options when rolling a dice. And that leaves us 5 out of 6 if we're trying to get any number less than 5. So let's test that theory. I rolled the dice one time and I got a 2, which is less than 5, so it was likely. And now let's talk about an unlikely event, an event that has a very, very low chance of happening. So let's say if we roll one dice, we have 6 outcomes. But if we add 2 dice, 6 and 6 is 36. So now we have 36 outcomes. But let's say that for our event, we would like to roll 2 6s when we roll both dice. If there are 36 outcomes, there could only be one of those outcomes to roll a 6 and a 6. So that would be an unlikely event. However, it can still happen. It is not impossible. So let's test that theory. I rolled both dice and I got a 5 and a 3. Let's try it one more time. I got a 5 and a 1. So it was very unlikely that I am going to get a 6 and a 6. It would probably take me rolling these 2 dice a lot. So now we're going to move on to a certain event. A certain event is an event that is absolutely 100% guaranteed to happen. So an easy one would be, we're going to roll a dice and it is absolutely certain that we are going to roll a 1 through a 6. I got a 2. That is 1 through 6, because those are the only options. There is only a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6 on a dice. So it is absolutely 100% guaranteed that when we roll this, we will only get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. That brings us to an impossible event. An impossible event is an event that absolutely cannot happen. So if we know that it is 100% certain that when we roll a dice, we are going to get 1 through 6. So say somebody says, can you get a 7? Well, we know that a dice only has numbers 1 through 6. So it would be absolutely impossible to get a 7. That would leave us a 0% chance of happening. Let's say we did anyways. It's never going to happen because we only have numbers 1 through 6. Now, I know this is not all that we can learn, and there is much more to cover over experimental probability, but this is just dipping our toes in a little bit and giving us a glimpse at where else we can take experimental probability teachings. Thank you.